Hi. All right. Thanks for asking me for that reading. I have been. I just got off of Facebook Live because I was trying to make sure that I got myself in the right place and be centered for this reading. The bell that you're hearing in the background is my cat Midnight, and I have to put a bell on her because I couldn't see her because she's so black and she blends into my furniture and my carpets and stuff. So she's decided that she wants to look out the window. So she's over here, and hopefully she's not going to try to jump on the table, but it's been known to happen. But for the most part, she's good. So anyway, so I read your letter, and I was doing my prayers, and I was thinking about which way to go with this, because you're interested in finding out information about the Libra and the Leo that are important to you in your life. So I just wrote some notes down. I printed out your letter so it could help me, remember what it is that you're really interested in. So you and Libra are born in the same month, and you're very close in dates, all right? And it stood out to me for some reason. Don't know. So I subtracted their date, just the day of the month that they're born, which is 29, and you are 13, and I subtracted that, and it came up with a 7. I'm sorry, it came up with a 6, which is 16, rather, 16. All right, so 29 minus 13 is 16. And then I added the 1 and the 6, because I'm trying to break it down to a single number. Now, this is just something that I just thought of doing just now when I was looking at the numbers, because it was so close. And I was like, wonder does that have any significance? And it just so happens that I had gotten this deck of cards that's based on numerology, and those were the cards that I was going to open today on Facebook, which is what I did. In case you're interested, they're called the Numerology Guidance Oracle, right? So anyway, so I looked through for a 7. And this kind of made sense, and I didn't even do that till just now, because I did this earlier before I went on Facebook, and then I just started to add to it after I got off about 20 minutes or half an hour ago. So when I computed this down to a 7, it said to me that this was completed. This is something that was completed. This is like a karmic experience that you needed to experience, either you or he, right? And the 7 made it completed, right? And it was resolved. Something had been achieved. It was done. And just now when I just pulled this out, 7 means personal growth. All right? This is something that was meant for you to go through, or him, one of you. When they talk about soulmates, people think the soulmates means that you're supposed to be there in this person's life forever, and it doesn't. Sometimes it's just for a season, or just for a reason. Soulmates don't stay forever. They may not stay more than a month, but there's something that you all have to work out in terms of the divine, in terms of the plan that God has for you, or a lesson that you or the other person need to have, and you being in each other's life is part of the deal, something that you all agreed to before you became conscious here. So a 7, I'm just gonna look and see what it says here. Like I said, I just opened these cards up. 7 is personal growth. All right, so let's see here. This is the back of these cards. Isn't it pretty? Anyway, 7 says, this card indicates a time of significant growth and improvement. When you are being encouraged to be the best that you can be. This is time to ask yourself, who am I? What do I want from my life? And what is preventing me from achieving it? When you ask yourself these questions, observe whatever comes up. When acknowledging your mental and physical limitations, set realistic goals for overcoming them and take the necessary steps to follow through. With desire and determination, you can reach your full potential. By drawing this card, you are being given encouragement to investigate anything that helps you raise your conscious awareness and enhances your self-esteem. It may be a book, a CD, or online seminar, a workshop, a health program, yoga practice, a meditation, or maybe working with an energy worker, a therapist, or a life coach. Whatever suits your needs. A step in this direction, regardless of what it is, will set you up for life. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you towards a time of significant growth and improvement. As you improve yourself, you improve your quality of life. As you raise your awareness, you align yourself with Source. This is all you need to do to make your dreams come true. And they have an affirmation for each of these cards. So the affirmation for 7, as I improve myself, I improve the circumstances of my life. Okay, so this to me is saying that, again, this is the real story behind the situation. The real story behind the situation is that this was just something that you had to experience or that you needed to go through, okay? When I was reading this, the impression I got is that this person, the Libra, you said that when you started off the relationship, both of you were married, and as of today, he is still married and you are not married. So you got a divorce and he got a divorce, and I'm not thinking that had anything to do with him. That your divorce had anything to do with him. I think you said that you were already having marital difficulties when you all met. So that's not it. And sometimes when people have these critical crises going on in their lives, it feels good to have the attention of a friend, especially a friend of the opposite sex, if they're heterosexual, of course. You know, it's something to stroke your ego and make you remember that you're still attractive, especially, you know, for guys. You know, it's like, it's good. At the same time, he may really feel committed. Him being a Libra, you know, they operate for balance. They have to bring balance in their life. They like to keep balance in their life, and they think about what they're doing. They're very deliberate. You, as a Virgo, you represent beauty, and a Libra represents balance. So it's beauty and balance, right? You're very subtle, and he's very deliberate. Being that he's a deliberate person, he's looking for balance. Balance could be a number of things. It could be financial balance. And you know, there's a reason why the song says it's cheaper to keep her. Because it is. All right? And it's not that easy to break up a marriage when your children are involved. Especially, you know, that's a financial consideration, right? And it's not just, let me do this, but what is this going to look like when I do this? And I think that was what was going on with him. I think he was trying to keep his distance because he didn't want to add any other he didn't want to knock himself off balance. He didn't want to knock what's going on for him off balance. And that's why I think he was being a little hesitant. But again, I'm going on your side of the story, of course, but at the same time, from what I was able to kind of just get the feel for, I think that you had a lot more invested in this friendship than he did. I don't know how far it went. I don't know if you were intimate or not. I really couldn't tell. And that's okay. But I couldn't tell. And I don't know. I just think that this was just something for you to experience. Now, the reason that I think this is just something for you to experience is the third person, who is the Leo. All right, and you said this is your ex-husband. And Leos are the king, right? He's the ruler of the jungle. And you all are divorced, but he's still indicating that he's interested in coming back. Of course he is. He's not going to just leave the kingdom and leave all of his the den and, you know, his children and the things that he's acquired, and you, who are just one of his acquired things, just willy-nilly let you, you know, let anybody think that he's not capable of coming back. You know, I say, you know, the dog's piss on the hydrant. It's kind of that same idea. Just to make sure that any other males or anybody else that might be sniffing around knows that he may be gone, but he's not that far away. Because he still wants to be free. He still wants to roam. But think about it, you know, the lions, they go off and they do their thing. The lioness provides everything. The lion does whatever he does, and then he goes off and he does other stuff. And the lionesses stay and they take care of the babies, even if they have to do it in a group of them, a pride of them. But the lion can come back anytime he wants to. The door's open. And as long as your ex, the Leo, thinks that the door is open, and even if it's not, he's going to just come and test it. If he has to piss outside on the doorstep, his presence is going to be known. And he misses you. And that's what I was getting. Also, you want to have a man that you can respect. And the Libra guy, he was a little too wishy-washy for you. Even, you know, his scale, he's going like this. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know where he was going. He's used to this relationship the way it is between him and his wife. So, he just needed to just have a place or a person that he felt that he could kind of like get away from that for a moment, for a while, for a time, something else to let him think about. But you're a very rational person in your thoughts and in your thinking. Okay, and you also enjoy a bit of your own independence, which is probably why it was a good fit cosmically for the two of you, for what he needed and what you needed. But you're not going to let yourself be made a fool of just for anybody. If you submit, you're going to do it at your own discretion. You're not afraid to get up and walk away from something, right? And if something hurts you, you know how to, you know, rinse yourself off for those cleansing Virgo waters, right? Get your balance back and move on. All right. You and the Leo, your ex-husband, you have more of a rhythm. He knows there are little things about you that he just can't forget. That he's used to. It makes his day. He can't go too long without thinking about it, and he loves it when he sees it in you. Maybe the way you glance at him. He can't put his finger on it. He probably can't, you know, explain it, and you might not be able to either. But there's something about the way that you interact with him, and you are able to calm him somewhat. Like the Strength card in the tarot, you see the woman there, and she's got her hands in the lion's mouth, or she's able to pet him, however way they have it depicted in either ones. But how is she able to do that? Maybe that's the Virgo person, the figure in Virgo, able to handle somehow the lion. And the lying, if that's part of it, you know, but I think that that is what's going on. So, those were just the things that came to me as I was getting ready to do your reading, and I wanted to share that with you. I didn't want to forget it, so I wrote it down. And so here, we're going to try to see if we can get some further direction about you and Libra and Leo, or anything else that's going along for you in the coming few weeks, in the beginning of 2018. Wow, look at that. I've been saying 2018 for 2 weeks now. And why would I slip? Because I always do. Alright, so I usually take jumper cards, and that's why it takes a while, because I shuffle and I wait for them to come out. I know a lot of people do the cut, and you know, and it probably would work. I don't know, but I've never tried it because this is the way I started, and it's the way it feels good to me. And I like this way. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, I just based on what I'm seeing right here so far, I think that if you're open to it, you could go back to your ex. You could let him back in. Yeah, I think that might be where it's headed, and I think that you know that too. At least you're considering it, which is amazing, because you know, it's not been that long since you've been divorced. But that happens too, right? That people who get divorced, especially in this day and age, they still reconnect with each other for whatever reason. It could be sexual needs and urges, you know, just to keep them off of the street corners and out of the bathroom stalls until they find somebody they really like. So they have like sometimes a spoken or unspoken agreement that, okay, well, we might not like each other, but we like the sex we have with each other, and it's safe and it's comfortable, and you know how to schedule it already because you know each other's times and things like that. And like I said, it's familiar, and I think that that is part of what's going on. And so maybe if you don't get back with your hubby, you're at least open, or you should consider entertaining that kind of a relationship where he's your boyfriend. You don't have to go back to being his wife, because maybe you and him don't do good well as husband and wife. Don't do well. Why did I say good well? Anyway, don't do well as husband and wife. Which you might do fine as lovers, you know. And see what happens, and you know, he could just be somebody to hold the space until you meet somebody or he meets somebody, you know. But if you communicate and keep, don't play games about it, say what it is, you know. if that's what you want. Now, if you want something different, if you want to, be all wifed up again, then let him know that too. But you already know what it's like being married to him, and you got to see what's different. What's different now than it was then, that you should want to go back to it, or was it, have you grown any? Has he grown any? Yeah. Wow. All right, darling. So I think they're saying to you to, okay, let's do it like this. Let's not jump ahead, right? Real quick. Separation was the first card that you got here. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, but it was in the reverse. So if there was a separation, you're going to come back together, or you're not. The separation is not going to last long, or he's not going anywhere, or not anywhere too far. The next card that came up is enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, honeymoon. All right, so maybe you won't see him for the holidays. Maybe he's not coming over for Christmas, or maybe maybe that's what it is. He's not. You may not see him for the holidays. But he's going to be around. Or maybe you were hoping to go away on a vacation during this season, and something happened and stopped you all from being able to go, or you from being able to go, or him from being able to go. But it looks like something that was planned was canceled, or is not happening right now. Well, maybe. Okay, so maybe this is saying that when you all got divorced, he really didn't go away. He didn't go that far. He didn't go anywhere. And maybe he thought he was going to go somewhere. Or maybe you thought he was going to go somewhere, and it didn't turn out that way. Maybe you misjudged it, or he misjudged it. Next card for you came up is this could be the one. You have already met the romantic partner you seek. All right, so there's somebody that you already know. Someone around you in your atmosphere. That is the person that you want, or the person that you put in your request for. All right, so this could be the one. That doesn't say that it's the Leo or the Libra. It's just saying that you know them. They're in your circle. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honesty to discuss your feelings with each other. Right? But this came in the reverse also for you. So this could be the one that's upright. But honeymoon and separation and heart-to-heart conversations is in the reverse. So maybe part of the reason you're all separated, part of the reason that you separated from the Leo, and the reason that you separated from the Libra, or the Libra has separated himself from you, is a lack of communication. People aren't being genuine with their intentions or their feelings, and you already know that. Definitely you knew that about the Libra. I don't know if that was a problem that you experienced with the Leo, but whatever it is, somebody's not communicating. And if it's both these people, then we have to ask ourselves, why do we keep becoming interested in the same type of guy? So that's work that we need to do on ourselves, maybe personal growth, right? Before we try to come to any final decisions about anything. The next card that came here was getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. All right, now, this card was in the upright. So, when you do start having these heart-to-heart conversations, you will start to get to know each other better. And this could be with any relationship. This could be with the ex-husband, that even though you all were married, that doesn't mean that you actually let each other into certain parts of your heart and your mind. You may have still kept some things to yourself. He may have kept some things to himself. Or there may be some behaviors that you didn't notice at first, and then you started to notice them and then you didn't like them. Or it could be vice versa with that. So I think that the more you all talk and the more time you spend really being honest with one another about how you feel, then things could probably work back out for you. Now, this would be whoever you're interested in. And I think that this is the Leo, your husband. So, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, okay? But this could also just mean that you all have family issues, being that you all were married, that makes you family. And it could have something to do with your children, or it could have something to do with your parents, or your original family that you come from, each of you. And that may have been the reason for the separation. All right, you may not even know it, but that may have had some impact, or you may know it, okay? But there's some family issues that need to be healed, and the only way you can do that is by having heart-to-heart conversations and getting to know each other better. All right, of course, you could take therapy, and you get a personal coach, you know, a life coach, something like that. But something to let you find out on your own, and then maybe him on his own, and then maybe together at some point. I don't know if you went to counseling and all of that before you got divorced, but if you did and it didn't work, then maybe you need to find something else, or maybe you need to just do some other things. You can work with some chakra work, you know, your energy, do some feng shui, you know, moving things around your house, putting things in balance around you, you know. Changing your social circle. I was going to say, let your friends help. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. All right, and this could be your friends. This could be family. This could be community. This could be your ancestors and the divine, your archangels, your protectors. Okay? Your guardians. You can pray about this and get them to help you all heal these issues. There may be things about your partner that you don't know, maybe that his sisters and brothers know, if he has siblings. You know, you might need to be willing to listen. And the same with you, you know, your siblings, if you have any, old friends who've known you for a while. Ask them to describe you to somebody if they didn't know them. It's a hard thing to do, you know, but if it'll help, it's an exercise that you could try if you have a good enough girlfriend. Maybe she can tell you, and you have to be willing to take it without, you know, being ready to toss the tables. Just listen, if you're willing to do that, if you're ready for that. But that's one way your friends can help you. Let your friends remind you of who you were when they knew you. You know, maybe your spouse or your friend didn't know you back then. And let them tell some of those stories about you, how they saw you, you know, as a little girl, or him as a little boy. or a teenager, someone they grew up with, someone they were in college with, their college roommate, without getting jealous or getting upset, just try to like look past that and look like, okay, so how did he act in that situation? Well, that's kind of the way he does things now. Or, well, why didn't he do that then? He knew better. You know what I'm saying? Just a little deeper into knowing what makes him tick, what makes you tick for yourself. Okay, next card that came here was flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Again, I think this is talking about bringing other people into your fold, bringing more friends in, all right, and being more playful, not being so serious, being a little more outward and not so subtle with your interests, You can ask him out on a date. You can do something nice for him that he's not expecting. Or just rub your hands through his hair. I don't know. I don't know. He's bald-headed, but maybe he'll like that too. But just do something. Start to do things a little outside the box that might be a little more seductive. Or a little more, something that he wouldn't expect from you, but something that you're capable of keeping up. Don't do some tricks that that you can only do once and then never again. Do something that, maybe even the way you touch his hand across the breakfast table or the lunch table. Or when you go out for dinner, you pour his wine bottle and give it to him like you're waiting on him. You know how to do it. You do it when you want to. And maybe you need to see if you can do it again. Even if you all don't get back together, it might be helpful, just as two people who have gone on a journey together, to get these issues straightened out so that he and you could be ready for the next contestant in case, you remain divorced and you don't get back together, but you still can be friends. And he's not going too far, like I said. He's always going to be swirling around if he can. If you don't move away where he can't get to you, he's going to swirl around. He's going to keep an eye. His scent is going to be in your area, in your atmosphere. The next card you got is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Yeah. And this fell directly under the heart-to-heart conversations. So I think that maybe this might be the time that you all start to look at your relationship again. And maybe you just had to go through this challenge and this change. I don't know what the cause was for your divorce, Or maybe somebody acted too hastily, But if you're willing to date, as long as it wouldn't be anything that was going to be, dangerous for you or him, why not? You can have an agreement on, boundaries and, don't go, acting like, well, I don't know, maybe. No. Talk about what you're going to do. We're going to go to the movies and then we're going to go to dinner and then you're going to drop me at home and then we'll maybe have a date next week. Or you're going to come over and I'm going to cook and you're going to bring the wine and you'll spend the night and then you go back to work tomorrow or whatever. Don't get comfortable. But just be honest about what it is that you want, because of what reason, that you just want to try it out. You want to see if you can, remain friends, or you just need some sex and he's the safest person that you might feel comfortable with. And he may feel the same way too. Why not just say it, lay it out there? He's giving you a call and he's doing this and doing that. You know what he's leading up to, so just cut the nonsense. Sir, are you asking me for a booty call? He might not know what to say, and that's okay. Because there's a whole bunch of ways he could say. There's a whole bunch of things he could say that could mess him up. But just the fact that you went like that, that might wake him up a little bit too. Sir, what is it that you want? What are you calling for? You really want to take me to a movie, or are you just trying to get in my pants? Is this a booty call? You've been married to him before. You can say, you can talk to him like that, you know? No need playing shy now. And at the end of this reading, on your partner's side, the card was let go of control issues. So that could be for him or you. And that fell directly under getting to know each other. Yeah, I think that you're all like playing like this is an ego thing maybe for you and him. This is ego. Somebody's trying to prove that they are not a pushover. And you proved it because you walked away and he walked away, or he walked away and you survived, and you know, whatever. The point's been made. The next card you got was you deserve love. You are lovable. Again, that's right underneath getting to know each other, right next to worth waiting for. And the last card that came up here was wedding. The situation involves a marriage. To me, that's saying that you all are going to get back together. Because this person loves you and you deserve love. See this card, you deserve love, pointing that way to the wedding card. That's how it's lying down in front of me. So I believe that that's what's going on, okay? You may still have some personal growth to do, but that was you with the Libra. Now, when I did the same thing with the hubby, because, and that's the Leo, because his birthday is the 15th of the month, and yours is the 12th. I mean, sorry, the 13th, right? So that left me with a 2. A 2 is a couple. It is balance. So maybe that was why the Libra came in, to help you and the Leo find your balance. Like I said, it's sometimes not just these people, sometimes they just come in to help us learn a lesson. All right, so let's see if there's a card in here that has a 2 on it. I bet you there is. Oh, patience. Personal growth and patience. That's pretty cool. Personal growth and patience. So you got to be patient with yourself. It's not just about being patient with other people. You got to be patient with yourself. Don't rush anything. Take your time. Okay, so let me see what we can find here. All right, so orange. Okay, the orange is about patience and intuition, partnerships and emotions. And purple, which was the previous card, is completion. Isn't that what I said? The 7 was completion, personal growth, compassion, forgiveness, humanitarianism. Yeah, because of this guy, Libra, just came into the fold to help you solve one of these karmic situations or get an answer to one of these lessons, and that's a humanitarian deed, even if you didn't know he was doing it. You can do good works without knowing it, and that might be what he did. He needed something, and you brought it to him, and you needed something, he brought it to you. And neither one of you might have known that the other one was going to bring it, or that you even needed it, but that's how stuff happens. Okay, so patience. Patience. This card indicates a time to stop and enjoy the present moment, as nothing more can be done to achieve the outcome you desire. Rather than take action, you are being asked to evaluate your progress and clarify your dreams, which will help you manifest them sooner. This card indicates the need to take your time and pace yourself instead of making hasty plans and decisions. Failure to do so could result in stress and disappointment. This is an opportunity to focus all your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams, as opposed to pushing against the obstacles standing in your way. Surrender the outcome to the universe and get on with living your life. Allow things to come to fruition in divine order and timing. Divine order and timing. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to be patient and still. Stillness is the key to receiving clear and accurate guidance, and patience will help you attract the outcome you desire. And there's an affirmation at the bottom of each of these cards. I patiently trust and surrender the outcome to the divine. So, I think that what we need to do here is to ask that divine order be established in your life. That should be your affirmation. Ask for divine order to be established in your life. When you say your prayers, in the morning, in the middle of the day, when you go to sleep, whenever you're starting to get confused. I ask for divine order. All right. You can burn a candle, a white candle for clarity. You can burn a peach or orange candle for patience. Okay, you can burn a pink candle for love, red candle for passion. But I think clarity, white or blue or orange, peach color candle, you know. And if you can't do a 7-hour candle or whatever like that, just go get a regular scented candle that you would get at the CVS or whatever. Whenever you burn a candle, no matter what size it is, at the top of the candle, get something sharp. This is what I use. I got a chopstick, right, and I put it in the pencil sharpener, and it made it a point. So now I can write on top of my candles when I fix them for myself or when I fix them for my clients. Because sometimes some people, they come here and they physically bring a candle, or and I fix it for them. They take it home with them and they burn it. It works. But in your case, you're going to get the candle. Okay, so let's make believe that this is the top of the candle. And it could be a tea light too, okay? You take whatever you sharpened. It could be a pen. It could be a nail that you have that's sharp, a screw. But if you don't have that and you get a chopstick, I just think this is easy. And you put like this, Star of David, like. So you're going to do this triangle and then that triangle. One up and one down. I've been doing that for years. That's interesting. That these cards have that on there. Okay. And then you're going to write your initials, your 2 initials. 2, 2, 2, 2 on 4 sides of the candle. You know, scratch it in like that. And then dust it off. Get some water and, you know, rinse the candle off, because you don't want any negative energies from the store or anything like that. You can do that on top of a 7-day candle in the bottle. You can do it over the votive candles. You can do it over a scented candle, anything. Just do it with a candle and keep the light going for as long as it's going to go. If it's going to go for an hour, 3 hours, 7 days, 8 days, you know, whatever. And if it's scented, it's good because it'll remind you of your intention. Because all this is about is your intention when you burn a candle. Is that you're going to focus and ask for divine order to be established in your life, in your home, in your love life, and at your place of employment, your school, whatever, with your children, just asking for divine order to be established. First, you're going to be grateful, give thanks for what you've been given and which lessons that you've been shown and the lessons that you've been able to get through. And you want to ask for divine order. And let's see how things pan out for you over the next few weeks, okay, next few months. Let's do that, because I see that I think this relationship with your ex-husband could stand a chance to look at it again, give it a chance. I think it's worth the attempt. It's worth the examination. Okay, so I don't know whether or not the Libra did anything purposely or intentionally against you, and more about their own selfishness, but they're also their own need to straighten out what's going on. And again, financial considerations are utmost in people's minds. Marriages are contracts, you know, and there are a lot of us that go into marriage thinking that it's love. And sometimes there are people who go in feeling like they could love this person and that they could build with this person. And so they look at it from the financial angle, and sometimes they let that financial angle outweigh the love angle. And they stay places that they don't need to stay, or they let money dictate what they do in terms of a relationship. Men use it as well as women. See, women always get the blame for being gold diggers and stuff, but it's not always that. And it's not about trying to take somebody's money. It's about trying to retain what you work so hard to build. And there comes a time that you have to decide, how important is it? And have enough faith to say, I know that God is going to bless me and give me my increase back, because He knows my heart. He knows that why this thing didn't work out and how hard I tried. Men and women, male and female. The divine, you have to have faith that the divine knows and sees. Karma is true and karma is eternal. You may have earned what you got, or he may have earned what he got, and the other one could have earned what he got. But you're also earning stuff now. So are we putting more stuff on the bad karma, or we want to put some things on the good karma to balance that out? So don't be mad at him. He served his purpose. Wish him well. Get some clarity on yourself inside. Take care of you first. Work on your own personal growth, and then you'll see all the rest of this stuff fall into place. Don't do anything that's going to endanger you physically. Don't put yourself in a situation with anybody who is abusive to you. All right. And if you need help with that kind of a situation, you can reach out. There are all kinds of numbers that you can call. You can always dial 211 and ask to speak to someone, or have them directly to a counselor or anything like that. I think the 211 system is in most places. It may be a suicide prevention hotline, but they'll know what resources to direct you to. Okay? So, I hope that this was what you wanted, and I appreciate the opportunity to give you this message. Thank you for your kind words, and I'm glad that the general reading for Virgo resonated with you in such a way that you felt it, that I deserved some of your hard-earned. I appreciate it, okay? So I'm going to download this, and I will post it, and I will contact you and let you know that it's ready, okay? Thank you so very much, and I'll be seeing you soon. And have a happy New Year and happy Kwanzaa. All right. You be well. Bye-bye.